Now it's time to add all your lovely stripes. So what we're going to be doing is adding 9 different colour stripes. The 10th colour, put it to one side, and we're going to use that to join all of your sections together at the end, so you don't end up with a big heavy blanket on you to work on. So what you need to do first of all is turn your work over. You're going to start from the back, and you're going to work backwards and forwards with each row. So you need to get your first colour and join it into the gap, the chain 1 space between your 2 end half trebles. And a chain 3, that counts as 1 treble. Now you're going to work 2 trebles into every one of the chain 2 spaces all the way across your blanket. When you reach the end, work your last treble into the chain 1 space between the 2 half trebles. Turn your work over, chain 3, that will count as 1 treble. Now you're going to work 1 treble into every stitch across. Ignore the stitch that's at the bottom of your chain 3 there, because that belongs to that treble you've made with the chain 3. So from there just work 1 treble into every stitch across. When you reach the end of that row, make sure you don't miss the top of your starting chain 3 from the previous round. You should have 202 trebles across this row, same as this row here. So what you need to do now is to do your block stitch again. So turn your work over, join in your yarn. Now for the rest of this part of the blanket, you don't need to cut this yarn off again. You can carry it up the side of each stripe, so you know you won't have a lot of ends to sew in at the end. So chain 3, so that's your half treble chain 1, another half treble into that same stitch, and then chain 2, skip 1, half treble, chain 2, skip 1, half treble, chain 2, skip 1, half treble, all the way across your blanket as you did before. When you get to the end of the row, don't panic when you find there looks like there's an extra stitch there. It's supposed to be that way, so carry on doing what you normally do. So chain 2, skip that stitch, work a half treble into that stitch, and then chain 1 and work a half treble into the top of your starting chain 3 from that round, and then turn your work over, ready to do the next colour. As I said before, you're not going to cast this yarn off now, you're just going to carry it up the sides every time. So do what you did with your little circles, pull up a big loop, pull your yarn through, and then tie your next colour into the chain 1 space, and then like you did on the little circles, you're going to carry the yarn up the side. So do your first chain 1, wrap your yarn over, second chain 1, wrap your yarn back, so that will carry the main colour yarn up the side of the blanket. And then you now need to work your 2 trebles into the next chain 2 space, 2 trebles into the next chain 2 space, all the way across like you did before. And then coming back, work your 1 treble into every stitch again. At the end of your row of working 1 treble into each stitch, make sure you don't miss the starting chain 3, and as you work your stitch into the top of the starting chain 3, you can do what you did on your little circles and wrap your other colour into it to carry it to the top. So wrap it over to make the first part of the stitch, and then wrap it back to make the second part of the stitch. Finish your end off, and you're now got your yarn at the top ready for doing the row of block stitch. So turn your work over again, insert your hook into the top of that first stitch, chain your 3, which is your half treble chain 1, half treble into the same stitch, chain 2, skip 1, half treble, chain 2, skip 1, half treble, and then you just basically repeat those rows until you've got your 9 colours all added. And then when you've got your 9 stripes added, work 1 more row of the block stitch, and then in the next video I'll show you how to work your last row and join it to the other panels.